All right, today we enter week 3 in a high-profile capital murder trial that will resume today. Tanner Horner faces the death penalty after pleading guilty to killing 7-year-old Athena Strand. Senior investigative reporter Tanya Eiserer has been following this case ever since the trial began, and she joins us now at the desk kind of to recap what we've seen in the first 2 weeks. And last week, we heard a lot of testimony from Tanner Horner's relatives. What did the legal experts you were weighing this case with, what did they think about that testimony?
Well, Matt, this might surprise you, but we're actually in week 4.
Oh, that's right.
This is week 4.
Okay.
But anyway, the legal experts that we had on all last week basically said, look, the defense had a huge mountain to climb, and they just weren't getting there. Mm-hmm. And basically they're saying, I don't know that they even could get there. You know, his mother testified, I mean, clearly, and other relatives testified, he had a very difficult childhood. Father spent most of his life in prison. Mom had, problems with drug addiction. We heard from experts none of whom actually had examined him, who talked about issues with his brain and that sort of thing. And we're expecting to hear from a psychiatrist or psychologist who examined him, and we'll hear presumably from other relatives this week or friends.
Yeah, so I know the death penalty is obviously on the line. Do you think the jury gets close to deliberating at all this week? It sounds like we were talking in the break, not going to happen.
I don't think so. The understanding we have is that the judge has essentially given each side 2 weeks. So we expect that it will go through the remainder of this week. The judge and the prosecution and the defense will be working on the jury charge. And then we expect on Monday that the defense will close. We'll hear rebuttal from prosecution and then closing arguments next Tuesday.
Okay, so that could be up until Wednesday, maybe at the earliest, where we find something Tuesday afternoon, possibly.
Potentially.
All right. So I know a lot of people have been following this trial, following you. You can join Tanya in just a few hours when testimony resumes. Our gavel-to-gavel coverage starts at 8:30 a.m. on WFAA+.